Party has failed the people of God. With math and English, it means 10 to 11,000 children every year are not obtaining the required qualifications to move on. That is a recipe for poverty. That is a recipe for crime. That is a recipe for trouble. And so we said to you, we will go to the bottom of the education system and begin to change it. Right here in Dartmouth, while I was presidential advisor, we put an early childhood education center. Our intention was then, and it continues to be now, that we will build a network of early childhood education centers across the country so we can begin to train our children from the smallest level up. Our society has changed. We have to ensure that our children get the requisite training. And once they come out of the early childhood center, into nursery, into the primary, we set ourselves the objective of ensuring that by the time a child meets grade 4, that child must know to read, write, count, reason, and comprehend. Not that nonsense that Manic Chan is going on with. I think she named Mimic Chan. She mimics all kinds of stupidness. We have got to ensure that our children can do those 5 things, so that by the time a child would have completed primary school, they are literate and numerate. The People's Progressive Party plunders, pillage our children that they failed. They failed our children. They had Bash come telling us, but no child left behind, and all the children end up getting left behind. We cannot afford that. The next thing we have to do is to bring down the size of the classes. Definitely, teachers are teaching too many children at a time. And this is not the era where you had a wild cane. This is an era in which you have to have new approaches. It's for that reason we say we will place sociologists, psychologists, social workers in the school system and in the police system. Because a lot of our children have social problems, and we need people with the requisite skills to ensure we save them from becoming in conflict with the law. The PPP doesn't It is the only country I know that you put up CCTV cameras to deal with crime. And once a PPP person commits the crime, the camera don't work. But a little bypass and do something, the camera work and they're ready to lock him up. They must understand that we understand what they are up to. They are destroying our society, and we won't allow it. We are going to make the changes in the education system to ensure that our children succeed. The most critical thing for us is the success of our children. And then we have health facilities. I pass a brand new hospital. Brand new hospital. My information is it didn't got a doctor. It hardly got a nurse. It hardly got useful equipment. And most of all, it ain't got drugs. Then it's not a hospital. It's a hopeless place. A hospital is not a building. A hospital is an institution that provides medical services. And if you cannot get the services, it's just a building. But they have to build the buildings because that is what allows them to make money on the people of Guyana. I want you to recognize that one of the greatest crimes in this country is corruption. A man gets arrested for a traffic offense. It's the court. A man gets arrested for beating up another man. The police come and they carry you to court or take a bribe, whichever one suits them. But then you have the white-collar criminals calling themselves ministers, and they are plundering the economy, and the police can't come because the leadership of the police is also involved. The leadership of the police know to run into these villages and go after young people, but they didn't know it had a senior officer involved in drugs in the Northwest. Force that can solve crime. They like to say we did nothing when we were in government. Tell them we solved most of the crimes they left behind. And we solved them because we train people to solve them. But they can't train people to solve crime. Which criminal will train people to take themselves down? This is a criminal cabal that cannot afford a functioning police force. This is a criminal cabal that has to control the police force because greatest committers of crime. And so, let us understand, a vote for the People's Progressive Party is a vote for the continuation of the police being useless. A vote for the People's Progressive Party is a vote to protect their criminals and put your ordinary family in prison. Do you want that? What you want is an APNU government that will ensure the Guyana Police Force performs its function and performs them properly. Policing is not men in uniform. Policing is the process of developing intelligence, etc., to be able to preempt, stop crime, and where crimes would have occurred, bring people to justice. And to the extent that this police force isn't doing that, it's not serving its function. Mind you, I'm not here talking about all policemen. I'm talking about the Jagabats at the top. And let me tell you why I say this. You will recall between 2015 and 2020, policemen were doing their jobs properly. And then come back the PPP. And from the time they return, the police went rogue again. If the top is corrupt, it will feed down to the bottom. And so, we know out of necessity that if we are to succeed, we have to change the leadership of the Guyana Police Force. They like to say that the APNU did nothing. Let me remind them that the only time in the history of this country that public servants got 77% increases in wages and salaries, it is under the APNU. In our manifesto, we have made it clear that we are going to train more quality public servants, not PPP anybody, and because as a family or a friend, you put them there and they can't do the work. We want to train public servants because you could be a government with good policies, good programs, but if you do not have a public service to implement them, you are in deep trouble. And so we are going to develop the public service. We have made it very clear that we will ensure more people in the public service can get duty-free concessions. Why should foreign companies be getting all the concession and our public servants, our teachers, our policemen, our soldiers cannot get it? We will ensure they do. We believe that there are enough in this country to deliver on our program. Let me remind people, between 2015 and 2020, we gave to the Guyanese people quality water. We gave them it 24/7, and then come the Jagabats again, and Marby start flowing through. We pipe. They are so crude. They are so crude. They are so cruel that they refuse to invest in giving us quality water. Why would you want a government that sends water through your pipe that you cannot use? The time is nigh. PPP must go. I remind them that we took a dead GPL in 2015. And by the time we left government in 2020, GPL had become financially viable and reliable. There were hardly any blackouts. These corrupt jokers inherited that from us. They changed the management and put an incompetent, followed by a lal, Nandlal. And they have shown no ability to govern properly. We have shown them that we can make GPL viable, remove it from being a burden on the people of Guyana. And we said to you in government, we will return GPL to a better place than it is now. You are living in a society in which they spend billions to bring a ship. We power floating in now. It coming by ship. And we paying a set of money for the ship. And all we getting is probably a change from SHIP you could put in the last letter. Don't want them accuse me of using language that is not acceptable. But if you put in the last letter, you're going to know that's what they're giving us. And you don't got to worry, some of them can't spell, so they don't know his work. But so, I'm saying to you, we have a competent team that can govern this country. The bald-head rat likes to get up and say how I don't have experience, Jaretta Finance doesn't have experience. Well, we want his experience because his experience is failure. Nothing has succeeded under him. He built a Skeldon sugar factory that doesn't produce sugar. It was supposed to generate energy. It generates nothing. He gave us a progressive party is incompetent. You know, these people are so ridiculous. I don't know if you all remember when Venezuela had them hot. When Venezuela, they put in a little fire at the rear. They came out and told soldiers, all who go to the border will get house flats until now. Once Venezuela ease, they ease. Ask your soldier family, all of whom were promised house lots, how many of them got house lots? This government is a government of promise to get back into power. And do not be fooled by their promises. Always remember, before every election, they come with promises. But remember also that after they are in government, citizens, the police do as they like. The supporters do as they like. Right now, they got supporters who believe they are the Ghana police force. But you know, you are just another citizen. And so, we will confront their bad behavior. And I've already warned them. And I want DARTMOUTH to hear this. Just after they came to power the last time, they killed our in Boston. They killed the Henry boys. They killed Harris Singh. They killed Adriana Young. They killed Peters in Linden. The thing must point out is that every time this government is in power, young people are murdered. And so you have to remember when they're promising you that if they get a chance after September 1st, you are in trouble. To give them a vote is to put yourself in trouble. So we are voting to change the People's Progressive Party because we need a better life. And I can say to you, we have outlined in our manifesto a careful, well-crafted strategy to make Guyana a better place. That is what we set out to do. Do not be carried away by PPP, SWAV, and money. The money that they're giving out is not their money, it's your money. So I tell you all what tell them, whether it's WIN, whether it's PPP, take the money. In one case, the government taking it direct. In the other case, somebody didn't pay tax, so they got the money. Now, in both cases, the money is ours. And so you must take it. But when the time comes to vote, vote for the APNU. Don't let anyone fool you. Barrett come from Mahika on a bicycle with nothing. Irfan similarly from West End with nothing. And now they got billions. I've always said to them, if you are so sure this wealth is gotten honestly, put it against your income. They can't do that. Thief man freaking like bad. You want to keep thief man a day except it pay face like them? Put light right from your house. These resources are not their resources. It's the people's resources that they are misusing. I turn to the rice industry. They had a man in the rice industry who had developed fertilizer for them to utilize, who the rice industry was functioning properly under, but the government chose not to engage him. And so rice is in trouble. Rice is in trouble because of the People's Progressive Party. Rice is in trouble because at the level of production, they are not doing the right things. They're going to pick up all kind of variety of rice, and by the time you know it, it lie down. It lie down. And if you don't cut it quick enough, trouble. The first thing we will do is to ensure that there are appropriate varieties to our soil and climate. That's the first thing. The second thing we will do is to ensure that there is proper drainage and irrigation so that rice farmers do not have to worry. So we will sort out production, and then we will sort out storage, because we need the capacity to store rice, the paddy, so that when there is a glut, we can have it, and when the market is fine, we can utilize it. So we need to have storage capacity. And we also need to have markets. What the PPP isn't telling you is the reason why they got people buying and dumping is because the quality of rice has declined to the point where the European Union doesn't want to purchase it. And so they have destroyed the rice industry. And I said to you, we are going to pay careful attention to ensure there's a viable rice industry. My friends, this is probably the most critical elections in our life. And so you need to get out there and speak to every youth. Ensure every youth comes out and vote. Ensure every Guyanese comes out and vote for the APNU. The only option that is useful in these elections is the APNU. We're saying to you, we have the plans, we have the requisite persons, the persons with the requisite training to do the job. Elections. The PPP must go. Thank you.
Massive. The time done reach. With time to remove the class. Them copy with plans, but always spin round. Talk about progress, but the people still down. Say it's grand, but it's pure confusion. No structure, no plan, just illusion. We bring vision, they bring stress. Every time we rise, them settling for less. School, road, water, clinic, and...
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Aubrey C. Mr. Aubrey C. Norton. Ladies and gentlemen, this has brought us to the end of our grand meeting here in Dartmouth in Region 2. And like Comrade Norton, the emphasis is on you. Tonight's program is not about fancy speeches. It's about the message that was delivered to you, and you now become that conduit that you will share the message. It is about ensuring that on September 1, every eligible voter goes out and vote. And the emphasis in these elections is your young people. On elections day, if you don't talk to your neighbor, talk to them on the day. So here's a special message. On September 1, bring out your boyfriend, your girlfriend, the side chick, the side man, the woman husband, the woman wife, and all of them. Bring them out to the place of poll to cast the vote for the APNU on 1. Tomorrow the campaign moves to Region 5 and parts of the East Coast, and then on Tuesday we are in Lethem in Region 9. Long live the people of Guyana. God bless the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Comrades, have a pleasant rest of your evening, and please be safe on your way back home.
Yeah, my name is Jacinty Caldata Francis Wakenham, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup, and what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by 1 vote, they're losing it by data.
Yes, you want to tell me all these years, Mohammed and his father and all of them is a part of PPP that had gone at the PPP office, Freedom House on Rob Street, protecting the PPP from the black people and PNC. And all the time, you there, you never see that they ill-treating black people, they killing out black people. You never see this corruption within this party. All the time, you, your family, your uncle, your father, your sister, your mother, everybody supporting this party. Y'all never see that this party is corrupt. Never at no point in time, until sanctions start raining down upon you and you expect them to cover you, and they did not cover you. They took away all your gold and diamond license and your business license, your cambio license, and you get upset. And then you started to decide that, you know what, I can run for election to get rid of the sanction, and I can run for election to get back at the PPP.
PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection. PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su? Oh, Su.
Yes, you want to tell me all these years, Mohammed and his father and all of them is a part of PPP that had gone at the PPP office, Freedom House on Rob Street, protecting the PPP from the black people and PNC. And all the time, you there, you never see that they ill-treating black people, they killing out black people. You never see this corruption within this party. All the time, you, your family, your uncle, your father, your sister, your mother, everybody supporting this party. Y'all never see that this party is corrupt. Never at no point in time, until sanctions start raining down upon you and you expect them to cover you, and they did not cover you. They took away all your gold and diamond license and your business license, your cambio license, and you get upset. And then you started to decide that, you know what, I can run for election to get rid of the sanction, and I can run for election to get back at the people.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection. PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection. A quick one for you. And the last time I said that, somebody came up to me and said, man, you little bias. Erection is a man thing. What happened to the women? So I got a woman thing for you. And hear me, from the moment she slime up till you get caught up, we gonna take care of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Zoom is running too, right? Zoom is running too. Yeah.
And we would like to invite the ticket prayers of the